So it should be going live. Yay. I think I am live, and I am just checking it on my phone because that's how I can see actually what is happening. It is just weird that on the screen it is not happening what it is happening. It was very exciting anyway to get the invitation from Ruby. Ruby, you are just an adrenaline junkie, and it's just amazing to bring this whole thing together in such a short amount of time, and the everybody accepting what you are up to. And yes, if you just tell me jump here, I would just absolutely would, because you are just amazing, and everybody's amazing who is here as a participant, as a supporter, as who wants to learn something. I am learning from everybody every day at all times. And I still can't see whether it's, yes, it is. Ah, yay, ha ha ha, Ruby, it's not funny. Right, I'm now taking the volume of my phone because otherwise I'm hearing myself a minute ago. What is happening? So my name's Anita, and I have got a 3.5-year-old Staffie, and actually she's the one who's been invited over here to this event. So I would like to talk about her and reactivity, because she ticked everything on the box about reactivity. And I would like to take this label off the dogs, because all dogs are reactive. Without reaction, we are just not alive. And reactions and emotions, they just go hand in hand. So these are the two things I would like to talk about today: emotions and reactivity. So as I said, I prepared, there are 9 comments. Oh my god. I'm an amazing company. Yes, you are. Hi Tracy, thank you. Tanya, oh my god. Okay, I'm now not even looking at the comments, so excuse me guys, I'm trying to focus in because it can go horribly wrong. So now I am trying, not trying, that's the wrong word, power of words. I am sharing my screen. Like the no, Canva died again. Really? Really? I'm sorry, all these technical glitches. Let's start it again. Let's start it again and just give me a second. So it's going to presenter view and Zoom and share, share screen. And that is the one I would like to share. And if I press the share button as well, then actually, hopefully you guys can see what I want to show you. Let's just wait a second. Let's just wait a second. And yes, great. So that is the title I have given it, Fighting Reactivity Wholeheartedly, because reactivity is just such a buzzword. It is just happening everywhere in the dog training, and even now pet parents know the word reactivity, and it got a negative connotation. And I was so proud when Spraggan was tiny that, oh, she's not reactive. She's not. She's full of confidence, and she's just awesome. She's awesome actually, but that wasn't confidence that she was showing. And then later I learned a lot about body language and communicating, how they are communicating their emotions, and a lot more. And then of course I came into the denial that no, my dog is not reactive, and you just can't go against hormones of a 1-year-old dog full of energy, drive, motivation, full of love of life. and with that extreme love of life, exactly the same emotions on the other side at the extremist, which is fear. And then that's what I will dive into in it. And it took me a while until I learned that no, you can't go into resistance, you can't fight something against with power, you can't fight. And I'm not talking about using adversives, because I have never used them. So I know that our voice can be aversive for our dogs, and even just putting body pressure. So in that sense, yes, I have been using it, because who has never put any pressure on their dog when you are playing and you are taking the tug away instead of letting them go? So it's not fighting, it's melting into their feelings and matching them at the same level, and then go out on the other end in a way better. Yes, it needed looking into myself, and I learned about myself, letting control go, letting all sorts of go on other ends of my life as well, not only in dog life. It just taught me so much on so different levels. So our reactive dogs, I still will call it that way, are emotional dogs. And okay, sorry, all dogs are emotional, but reactive dogs are often so much in tune with their emotions, and they are very emotional creatures, and that's why we love them. So that's why they are so great, and I just absolutely love working with them. So I'm showing you a chart in a second, which is called the Russell dimensional model. I'm sure that a lot of you have already seen this chart, but it's the next slide will show the chart itself. But just let's stop here for a minute, because that is so important when we're talking about reactivity, arousal, level of arousals, and things like that. So the Russell dimensional model is taken from human research and applied in animals. So emotions are either in high arousal or in low arousal, and everything in between in that scale. And they can be either on the positive valence or on the negative valence. So either an emotion is good, if you want to simplify it. It's not always correct, but let's go it that way now. Either good or bad. So one bad emotion is anxiety, and anxiety is on the low arousal level. And another example on the high arousal level, that is excitement, and that is on the positive side. So we can use it as a predictor of the dog's emotional state. Yes, state. So there it is. Okay, I made it a bit more colorful than the black and white chart. I will explain all the things I put in there, why and what they are. Oh, thank you, Petra. So on the green axis, which is the vertical axis, where you can see the low arousal and the high arousal. So we've got the high arousal at the top and the low arousal at the bottom, and the pink axis, which is the horizontal one. That's when we have got the positive, the happy things, and the negative emotions, or emotions with negative label. And I'm labeling again. So when happy things are happening, and you can see the bouncy smiley face, and everything is pink, and everything is just full of glitters and unicorns and happy land. Everything is bright. And on the other side of the arrow, that's when as soon as something bad is happening, the bad is arrive in our life, or a bad moment is happening, then we shift to the left. We straight away shift into the left one, and that is negative. And depends on where we are in the arousal level, that depends on which behavior we are choosing. And it doesn't matter whether we are talking about dogs or humans. because that's exactly the same, because I can react to the same event, because events are always neutral, and they become positive or they become negative only in our mind, what we attach to them. So a banging door can make me jump if I am in a state where I'm in the middle of watching a horror movie and my mind is full of dark thoughts anyway, or when it's in the middle of the day and we were just in the middle of laughing our heads off and there is a bang of the door, we might even make a joke out of it and it doesn't matter. So and the event is exactly the same. The door banging happened, and my reaction, that is putting it into a label of being positive or negative. So that's how we shift from the left to the right and from the bottom to the top. I hope it's clear so far. Well, I'm checking the comments, but the comments will be late anyway. Now I could see that how much late it was when I set everything up. So for example, if our dogs are excited and they are happily on a playing with the tug toy and happily grow, tugging away. Sorry, Spraggan, I know. This come on, say hi. Up here. I know I put it up so high because it's in my high level, changing my energy, and then the energy changes in the dog. So playing with the tug toy and the person they love arrives and they see they haven't seen for ages, then of course there is a positive event. In dogs are in happy land, in positive, happy excitement. So it arouses or goes up, and it's what emotions ensues: happiness, excitement. Equally, let's say that our dogs are tugging, and then another dog runs at them and bites them. So what emotion ensues? Fear or anxiety. So for sure, not a positive one. So, and again, if our dog is in a nice, calm state and the thunder happens, what is happening? It is an anxiety or definitely a worry. Probably that's the better word. So a worry will appear. So, and if the arousal were to increase in that situation, that moves to a fear response. So hello, Spraggan. Thank you very much for being on the top of the table. Yep, there she is. Oh. Yes, I love you too. Right, I'm moving. So that is, I don't know what happened here. Oh my God, my dog. So, so like now, exactly what happened, arousal from a calm dog, arousal happened, and we get a happy, excited dog. So nothing scary happened, energy changed, energy went into higher, and it just went into excitement. So so I hope it makes sense how it changes. And so yes, so it is very important to look at it, especially in a multi-dog household situation, because we exactly need to know where each individual dog is in that state. And an episode happened in my house because of an emotional episode. I've got a Staffie, so things go from 0 to 100 in a second. That was well before I learned and knew about things. So my heart is really into learning and knowing a lot more about these things. So for example, fireworks. So sometimes my dog reacts to fireworks and sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes she just picks up her head and puts her down, and it doesn't really matter how big the bang is or how sudden, because fireworks are sudden. People just start at the stupidest time of the day. Doesn't matter, sometimes 6 o'clock, sometimes 10 o'clock. So the dog is in different mental and emotional state, and depends on how it catches her, she will react different ways. So sometimes she just boop, 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 and then sometimes she goes on full blast and starts pacing and running around. Sometimes she just sleeps it through, and the firework is the same. What changes is in what emotional state it gets her. And also there is another factor, how full her stress bucket is, which I will talk about it a bit later. We will get onto that one as well. So when she reacts, my finger is not working on the touchpad because it's full of dog saliva, of course. I know. So basically, if I want to bring her down, I have to match her up. When she's full blast, I need to match her up at her level, and the only way I can match her up is bringing quick motion in and playing a quick game. I'm not talking about Tuggy, but actually it can work with her with Tuggy as well, because she's now quite good with arousal up, arousal down. So it depends on the dog. And I know that's what what do we have to have a drink when we say it depends? When you hear it, it depends from anybody. So it okay, can you hear me, guys? I hope you can still hear me. So it depends on where I'm meeting her. I have to meet her high, and then I need to bring her slower down. Movement is always a friend. Movement, it just diffuses tension. So just remember your body, that after a good workout, after a good run, or when I was a child, I used to get into fights, and after the fights, I just felt so good. And I'm not saying that go and oh, thank you. I'm not saying that go and punch somebody in the face, because that's definitely not the way forward. But when I was 7, 10, definitely that was a way of sorting things. But just throwing food around, playing catch games, running around, fooling around, and then bring that level of excitement. Because what is happening, that when we, and I'm coming back full screen. So what is happening, that basically, excuse me, Spraggan, excuse me, she's whining, and I can't get up now to start running around with her a bit, and then she can come down. So where was I? So yeah, so completely matching her in her state, and slowly bringing the level of excitement down. And yes, we can. She's on the top of the table again. So we can absolutely prepare them to stretch their skills and build up their toolkit for these situations. I would like to share my screen again, and I think my thingy died again. Spraggan, please get out of my face. Get out of my face. What can we see now? What can we see? Nothing. Oh, I haven't even got my
No, I don't want to restart my laptop now. Remind me tomorrow. So, what is happening? Am I sharing the screen? And if I'm sharing, no, I'm not. Now I am, but I just don't know what you can see, guys, because I can see the slides, but I will see it in a second whether it is happening or not happening. Not happening. You can see my notes, but it is not happening. So stop share. And oh, I made such a nice chart with it. I might have to let this whole thing go and see whether it is happening. Let's try again. Let's try again. So share screen. And let's see if you can see it. I hope it is now working. And I might not coming back into the share screen thing because otherwise it is not working. So, yep, yay, awesome. So you don't want to be up in the arousal in a dog that is mildly worried about another dog, or being in the room, or worried about losing any resource or food or whatever, because again we are shifting them up in the arousal. They are already in the negative balance, and then arousal goes up, and that might not end up in a pretty way. So we don't want to push them into the upper left box. So that is just something to be aware of, and that's why teaching our dog arousal up, arousal down is crucial, and calmness should be the default behavior, or some sort of behavior. Actually, she is calm. She's not jumping anymore and not pushing my laptop. She's calm. So on this chart, you can see different strategies and ways to help our dogs to default to calmness. I take snuffle mats out on the road with me, and I cut down the snuffle mats into, I have got only one hand because I'm holding the laptop up. Cut up the snuffle mats into like 10 centimeter squares, and that can fit in my pocket. And I crush down, thank you, I got my table back. I crush down the powder down the kibble and take that one with me. And basically I'm just sprinkling kibble, because with some dogs, scatter feeding works absolutely fine. With my dog, scatter feeding works in certain situations, but so I have got different type of food on me when I'm out and about, just to get prepared. But when I need to bring her down quickly, then I'm sprinkling the powder on it, because I it's not the eating that I really want, it's the sniffing I want, the intensified sniffing, and that sniffing that is releasing hormones or chemicals in the brain that will bring her down immediately and change the state immediately. So that works really, really well with us. Then other things that we can use are T-touch for self-control, calmness, focus, groundwork, free work, body awareness, focus exercises, fitness games. So everything that is a slow, promotes slow, non-habitual movement, and that improves gait, improves self-carriage, builds confidence, self-control, focus. So just so many positives that it teaches the dog, and just calm everything down, because they are inverting their focus into themselves. They are focusing on their muscles, how they move their muscles, and it builds our relationship because we are communicating with them on their level, or they are communicating to us that in a way that actually we can listen to them. Whichever interpretation is yeah, better than next one. Why haven't I got my mouse? Where is my finger? There we go. Scent work. So scent work in any shape and any form, from easy food search to tracking, detection work, or anything. Can't be grateful enough to my mentors and Magloon and Lori to show me the practical use of scent games and improving our skills and teaching us and making a real difference in our life. Socks for their in-depth science behind thinking, making even a critical thinker, weighing the pros and the cons, because it depends. So scent work is just it's just part of our everyday life. So the reason why actually the lightest equipment you can see is on my dog, because she's very touch sensitive, and there is a lot of neuro issues going on with her. And my mission is just to provide her busy mind of the best employment possible whilst keeping her safe and everybody safe in her environment. Right, so the next one, again, arousal. Arousal up and arousal down. So arousal is just basically responsiveness to us or to events occurring, whatever. So there might be times like a recall, and when responsiveness is something that you really not want, because you want that whiplash turning back, and the video is not playing, and there we go. So that whiplash turn back, I know it's in slow-mo, but actually she is just and we can teach the elements and break it down, and but that's actually what we want to see. And arousal up and arousal down, that the arousal involves in the very complex part of the brain, which is called the reticular activating system, which is just determines the responsiveness of the mind, the sleep-wake patterns. So it is just something that we need to be aware of. And then there is the next one, and I let the video play. So real life scenario, basically what I'm doing with my dog is just, there is a cat, and cat is a huge trigger. Okay, the cat is not moving, so I'm choosing it wisely actually, where but that is just, that's how our walks happen. So we just don't simply go for walks, but always looking for anything out in the environment that just provides a training opportunity. And you can see that she is not completely calm in this situation, but she can disengage, and I'm happy the way her lead is there. Yeah, she goes a bit of sniffing, which is absolutely fine. The cat is still not running and moving at the moment. Now actually she can even turn back if there is a cat running. So we can step into the dog's brain and into their emotions, and absolutely can help them. So And I'm aware of the time as well because I was playing around with these technical things. So basically just take every opportunity with your dog when out and about. So next slide is about the bucket. And that is the stress bucket. So it's the arousal bucket, basically where events go in, everything, positive, negative, whatever happens in the environment, we are soaking everything in, sense, and dogs even more, because their senses are a lot more developed than ours. So everything is pouring into it, and some things even without it, but they will just raise the arousal level, because the bucket is just filling and filling and filling and filling, and our dog might not react to something, and yes, we know it has trigger stacking, and then at the end they just blow up, or they start barking, and we don't know what the reason is. And actually it might not be the reason for that particular thing that happened in front of the dog's nose, but all the things before that, and it can build up in 24 hours, it can build up in a week, it's dependent on the dog, and depend on the size of the bucket, that how much they can take in, and again on the size of the hole, that how quickly the bucket can empty. And if you think back of the calmness chart, so these are all the things that help emptying our dog's bucket. How can we make the hole bigger? That is where the arousal up and the arousal down games. Now actually she is, I show you guys, there she is. I'm not saying she is snoring and fast asleep, because I could wake up just like that, but yeah, it is a new situation for her. I'm talking to the computer and I'm not talking to her. My energy went up, and of course it affected her. Okay, it's not her business. So now she just goes to sleep, and that's absolutely fine. So so it depends on your dog how big the bucket is and how big the hole is. But the good news is that you can make the bucket bigger, so they can take things in more before actually reaching the threshold and going to that, whatever the picture is for your dog, lunging, barking, mess, or make the hole bigger, that actually things can empty. That's what happened with Spraggan. So her whole bucket is still not huge, but actually it empties quite quickly now. So that's why we can do this arousal up, arousal down, and she can self-regulate it better, a lot better, without me actually forcing her to be calm, that's giving her a chew or something. So let's move on to the next one, which is, yes, you know this chart. Oh, I was enjoying to preparing this one. Actually, I'm quite happy how it looks. So if so dogs choose these behaviors because it just makes them feel better, and they, whatever is they are bringing out from their behavior box. So whether it is running towards something or running away from something, or barking or biting or growling or whatever, and the thing is that they will practice a behavior that proves successful for them and in their mind. So actually if they are afraid of something and they growl, that is a very appropriate behavior, and if it is working, then they won't move any further. So growling is something that should be encouraged, absolutely should be encouraged. And I'm so proud that yesterday my client called me, and they told me the story that that said, Anita, I know that you told us that debunk this whole domination theory, but we went to my mother-in-law, and she has got the Shih Tzu, and that little Shih Tzu was growling at our dog, and my mother-in-law told me that oh, she wants to dominate because it is her house, and we just brought in the puppy, and and things like that. And I just wanted to ask your opinion about that, because you told that it's not that way. So I said, so we just had a really lovely chat that, yeah, just leave that dog alone, let her grow. That is just amazing that dog actually grows. And they didn't let the puppy was on lead and didn't let near, so they didn't go further. But it is sinking in to people. It does make a huge difference when we keep telling them and explaining what is happening, that little dog was just communicating that, no, I'm not comfortable, just please keep away. It's an old dog, so she might be in pain. She just might be too aware of the little puppy jumping and bouncing at her. And if she's in pain, I wouldn't like it. I can be growly with my children when they are too loud, that can you just please stop it because my head is banging. So it is just a communication exactly like that. So dogs do whatever they do, and whatever works with them. And let me just stop sharing my screen and just summarize up, because the time, I didn't even think that, oh my God, it's nearly an hour I have been doing this. So basically, it is our duty to educate pet parents, and it's our duty to better ourselves and learn more about it, to be empowered and make our pet parents empowered to understand their dogs. So it is just something that is so close to my heart, that just to let everybody know that, no, these dogs are not evil, these dogs are not vicious, they are absolutely fun with, and without, for example, without my dog, I wouldn't have learned so much about any of this stuff. And you guys are just absolutely awesome, and thank you for staying with me, and thank you for being around. I can't see any of the notes or anything. And thank you, Ruby, for organizing it. And I just would like to make everybody aware that of another great initiation by Yo Amandiras and Michel Dart. They are organizing a body language project inspired by Nana Arthur. I will drop a link in the group. The initial meetup over the Zoom happened this week, and it's a contribution by all preparing a massive library for pet professionals and families, pet families all across the world. So there is a project Facebook group, and I will put the link of that one in the chat, to bring people together to coordinate the project. So there is no decision on the platform, but the idea is that it will work like a huge encyclopedia with like a video library with explanations. So I will drop the YouTube link as well of the Zoom call. And for any information, just join the Facebook group if you want to be part of this huge project. So thank you again for this opportunity, and not just the opportunity, but it's just this whole event is just absolutely amazing. And I will jump on and listen to others. And Ruby, I'm sure you said that you are keeping the lives in the page or in the group, so we can come back and watch it later whenever it's appropriate. So you guys are just amazing, and thank you so much. And